you're applying for any job in 2026, watch this video first. So applying for job in 2026, you have to stop right there if you're applying for job come 2026, because these mistakes are actually the mistakes people make that are costing them jobs, and a lot of applications are going to be going out 2026. So you don't want to be part of those people that do this mistake, that make this mistake that cost them their job. All right, my name is Cynthia. I'm a real life recruiter. I work with a company as a recruiter. So this channel is actually there to guide you through, to help you to land that dream job you've always wanted. All right, so what I'm here to do is to give you guidelines and everything you need to know concerning recruitment and recruiters. All right, welcome to the family, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here and this is something that interests you, hit on that subscribe button right there so you'll be part of this family. All right, so now I like to get straight to the point. I like to point out things that you need to point out. All right, so I want you to actually do these things. These are actually things I want you to do if you want to land that job in 2026. So I'm going to be mentioning five things that will need you to do before you apply for that job. Before you hit on that send for your application, you need to actually do these things. All right, so the first thing I want you to do is to tailor every applications you're going to be making this 2026. Yes, you heard me right. Tailor every application. So don't just go about applying, putting out applications without tailoring it. All right, so what do I mean by you tailoring your application? All right, so what I mean by you tailoring your application is you have to actually check your CV. Bring your CV. Actually make sure keywords, you're using keywords in your CV. All right, so you have to tailor your application to that particular application you're trying to apply for. So like sometimes people actually do have different CVs that they use for different job applications. All right, so you have a particular CV. So once you get that CV, you know you're applying for a business development manager, you know your work history on business development manager. Try to make that CV about business development manager. Try to tailor it. Make sure that everything in that CV aligns with a business development manager. Make sure it aligns with what that job too is looking for. So tailor your application for every application you're going to be making. So don't just end up sending CVs out without tailoring it to that specific applications you're trying to make. All right, so the second thing I want you to do if you're applying for any job this 2026, so you land that job, is your application has to be AI friendly. So you have to have an AI friendly application. What do I mean by you having an AI friendly application? I know that it is not news to most job seekers, people that are seriously and actively job hunting. It is not a news that AI ends up kicking off your applications even before it gets to the recruiters. So we recruiters we actually have what we call the ATS. It is a system that operates on AI. So AI gets to sieve out those applications that do not align with what we are looking for. So they get to remove it for us before the ones that actually aligns gets to us. So if your application is actually not AI friendly, trust me, AI will kick it off even before it gets to the recruiter. And trust me, you can even be overqualified. Not overqualified though, you can be qualified, very qualified for that role, but you won't end up getting it. Why? Because your application never got to a real human body, it got to an AI. So you have to make your application AI friendly. So it comes hand in hand with tailoring your application, because when you tailor your application, your application actually becomes AI friendly. So it's actually the time you tailor it that ends up being AI friendly. So if you do not tailor it, it won't be AI friendly. So keywords. So one thing I will advise you to do is go back to the job description that was posted. All right, go back to that job description, check for keywords that they use in that job description. Try to use those keywords in your CV so that the AI can actually, once it scans it, it's already finding words, similar words with similar words from the job description in your CV. Because at the end of the day, this AI operates on what the job description is. That is what it compares to your CV. So go back to that job description of that job you're applying for, check the words used there, try to tailor it with the words in your application so that AI does not kick your application. So that is number 2, AI friendly application. So number 3 is digital presence. Your digital presence matters. So do not overlook it. Do not think that what you do online does not matter. If you have a LinkedIn page, it does not matter. Whether you don't have, it does not matter. My darling, it matters a whole lot in terms of recruitment. If you're trying to land a high paying job, if you're trying to land your dream job, you have to have an online presence, because most times you see people, recruiters, asking for your portfolio, asking for your LinkedIn handle, because they want to go there, they want to check it, they want to see what you've been up to. Some people even go as far as checking your social media pages like Facebook, trying to know what your activities has been like, things you've said. Even some check Twitters too, to know what you've been tweeting, things you've been saying. This is the reason why you need to have a very good and solid online presence. All right, so your online presence matters, especially in your LinkedIn. Your LinkedIn matters. Your job history, you're supposed to be uploading them. If you can, once in a week, make an activity on LinkedIn just to be active there, because there is this thing we call bullet strings search, so that even when recruiters are actually doing bullet string search, when recruiters want to like bullet string and search, so they will be able to find out your they will be able to find out your profile when they are doing it. So that is why sometimes you see that job comes to people that did not even apply for job, people that did not even apply for the job. You see people reaching out to them. It's because we recruiters, we do bullet string, so it lands us directly to the person's page, people that actually specify with what people that actually aligns with what we are looking for. So that is why you have to make your application AI friendly. One, digital presence, that matters. All right, so we've talked about 3 things now, which is tailoring your application, tailoring every application. We've talked about AI friendly application, and we've talked about digital presence. All right, so the 4th one we are going to be talking about is soft skill. Your soft skills, make sure your soft skills are good. All right, make sure you know how to communicate, because no matter what you do, no matter how qualified you are, if you are not able to pass information, if you are not properly able to communicate with somebody, it means nothing at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, you have to be a good listener, you have to be a good communicator, you have to be able to pay attention to details, you have to be empathetic, especially for people going for customer service representative. These are things you need to have, these are qualities you need to have to be able to go into it. Even I, as a recruiter, I have soft skills, because I can't really be a recruiter without communication, without being able to converse, understand what you're trying to tell me, and I myself be able to pass an information to you that you understand. I'm supposed to be able to listen to you and get you. All right, because if you don't even listen, you won't even be able to get what the person is saying. So soft skills is something you need. If it's not something you have, it's not something you think you should work on, my dear, you have to work on it, because sometimes it's actually the way you communicate that ends up disqualifying you from that job. So we've talked about 4 things now. Talked about 4 things that you need to do to be able to land this job this 2026. Now I'm coming down to the last and final thing, which is number 5. I hope I didn't waste your time. Did I take too much time? All right, don't forget, please like this particular video, hit on that subscribe button, so that AI will know, algorithm so that the algorithm will know that this video is actually educative, so that it will know that people need this information, so they can push it out actually, because the whole essence of this whole video is actually to make sure that it gets to a wider range of people, so they get the information. All right, so the 5th thing we are going to be talking about is follow-up strategy. The follow-up strategy. So when I say follow-up, I do not mean go and be spamming recruiters, go and be spamming HRs, go and be, no, that is not what I mean when I say, follow up. So in terms of following up, you can go to HR's LinkedIn handle. You can actually still go to their Facebook pages. Yes, because I've done that too. You can go to their Facebook pages if it's something you can find. If you can find their email address, email them, but don't keep on spamming them. You can email and give time. At the end of the day, you can go back and say, oh, I reached out to you for such role, or you can, LinkedIn them. If you have the paid LinkedIn, or your LinkedIn is allowed to message somebody without any restriction, you can actually go in, message them, tell them what you do and everything. There are people that message me and I just tell them, okay, send me your CV, and you end up, I end up giving them free consultation, even when they are not qualified. I might say, okay, this thing is wrong with your CV, all right, work on this thing, work on this thing, and at the end of the day, it just works out. All right, so that is it for this video. I don't want to talk a whole lot, so just hit on that subscribe button, comment, like this video, and we'll see you in the next video. Recruiter Cynthia says bye bye.